Welcome back to Vintage Story. This is Aura Fury, and this is the old Aura Fury server. I have just come on because we've updated to 1.17.3 and I want to record a build. This is Pendle. This has been my home on this server. Copygirl and I built this and I absolutely love it. It's going to be very hard to leave this area, but I am going to start up on the new server. So before I go, I wanted to record a wonderful build by Arkan, and this is an unfinished build because Arkan finished the house but he didn't put furniture in it and he did not do the garden. So let me show you this exquisite house. You may have seen some screenshots on the main Vintage Story screen of a house like this. This is Arkan's house, but in this video you don't just see the screenshot, you see the actual reality. Let's go and have a look. Right, I'm going to put my F4 on. It is autumn. It's a very cold scene. But this build of Arkan's is glorious. It is a Japanese house, and as you can see, this is how Arkan sets himself up when he's building. And if we look in here, Arkan's sort of temporary chests would put most places to shame. He has an extended workbench. He has some tools here, though he goes through chisels like there is no tomorrow. Now, first of all, let's have a look at the base of this building. It's gorgeous. Can you see that it is elevated and it's set on these little pedestals underneath, which gives it this slightly floating quality, which is exquisite. The palette is chalk sand. This is bauxite, slate, and one or two other materials, mostly lake ice, frozen lake ice. Let's start at the entrance over here, where you can see it's built overlooking a little pool, which is gorgeous. We have this beautiful door. Look at it with the, take F4 off, absolutely exquisite chiseling here. We have the circles, we have the 3D effect. It's beautiful, and I love the fact that you look through to another door with, again, the circles, the 3D effect. They are exactly the same, I believe, though it's hard to tell. So you have this wonderful sort of through a mirror effect of this, and the view through here is just perfect, I think. If you look at the floors, which I think are a masterpiece, they are the mats done in this gorgeous turning wheel. We have a brazier in here, we have a fire pit in the other side, absolutely lovely. The Japanese use sliding paper panels in a lot of their houses, and you can see here that we actually have a track. Can you see that track? And it shows you that these panels slide, the walls slide, as they would do in a real Japanese house. The pillars here, I think, are exquisite. And look at the detailing under the eaves. Who does their eaves like that? Arkan. And of course, the detailing on the external support beams is similar but not exactly the same as the ones internally. Look at the complexity of this pillar. This one slightly simpler, but where it goes down, he has put the cobblestone in the bottom, whereas when it stands on here, it isn't. It's this level of detail that makes Arkan's builds superb. The panels here obviously look as if they slide. You can see that we have a cornice. We have a beautiful roof that is inset. Over here you can actually see up to the roof. because remember, this is an unfinished build of Arkan's. You can actually see how he builds. Look at the detail on these panels. Look at this thin panel, this panel, this panel. Look at that. The detailing on this panel is beautiful. And then it repeats to give this wonderful feeling of continuity throughout the build. But you'll notice that some of these panels are 2 wide, some of them are 3 wide. And then this room has the 3 wide panels here. It has a window here. This is lake ice in there. Beautiful. A small panel here, a larger panel here, larger panels here. And you can see how the whole thing is put together. It looks deceptively simple. The floors are different. You can see there's a slight difference in the floor between this one and again this one. That is why this mat works so well, as does this one. Here we go. And then through here we have a basic floor. This is another floor in this circular pattern. The most exquisite window in my view. I think that is just superb, that window. Look at it. Look at the half moon effect. Absolutely beautiful. I love that window. We have more rooms here with more complexity of layout of panels. The window goes through here onto the porch. I just think it's gorgeous, that window. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Well, let's have a look at the inside. And now let's have a look at the outside. Let's look from this corner first. And you can see how it looks from outside. It looks gorgeous. There is a wonderful symmetry here. And there is another wonderful symmetry here. It's just lovely. Again, we have the little entrances. We have the cobblestone in the bottom. I'm going to go up on the hill. I mean, this has been a miserable day to have a look at this, but I do want to show you this roof. Look at the way that Arkan has, let me come here. That's it. Look at the way he has chiseled the outside of the roof. Look at what I think are dragon's heads on the edge of the roof. They are absolutely beautiful, and it's got this almost boat-shaped effect. Many Japanese roofs do turn up. Yes, the wolves are howling mournfully. And on the top, can you see that beautiful scroll going up? There isn't a dragon's head on this one, but there is on the one over there. Let's go round, have a look at the other side. And this side, I think, is absolutely gorgeous. Wow, what a miserable day. But look at that. It's beautiful. Oh, we can shelter under the eaves. And again, we have beautiful, beautiful paneling. And the variety of the panels, I think, is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And the way that they're put together as they would be. And then if we look, oh gosh, wow, we're hitting hail here. If we look at the front, I might look up at the top. Let's have a look. Just go a bit further up. I just want to get, yes, a good view of that dragon's head. Can you see the dragon's head there? Take my cursor off. Isn't that beautiful? And then you can see the curve of the roof going up here again. So Arkan never finished this build, but he did finish one like it that is very, very similar, that you can see on the screenshots. But now that you've seen the screenshots, you can see how truly exquisite this build is, both from the inside and from the outside. In terms of vintage story, Arkan is one of my first ever best builds. There's more than one of his best builds in my best builds playlist. but it's not often you see an unfinished build of Arkan's. So I hope you have liked that little look round one of Arkan's builds. Oh, let's come indoors out of the rain. There we go. Come up here. The mournful howling of the wolves. Is this the last time? Oh, looks exquisite. The light in 1.17.3 is perfection. Look at that, guys. Absolute perfection. Right. I put some of my builds that I did with Copygirl in best builds, but I will never ever be able to build as well as Arkan. Some people can, but I'm not one of them. And on that note, bye bye guys.